Look at all those chickens. I mean, discs. So welcome back to PoorBoy Disc Golf, and today we're going to be rebuilding my bag. As you can see, I got all the discs out here. I've got putters, drivers, mid-ranges. This is all the stuff, including the stuff that I'm going to be bagging this year. And I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about everything and why I'm going to bag what I am. So hopefully you like the video, and if you do, hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe. So let's get to it. Alright, so rebuilding the bag this year, I kind of want to do something that's like something I can rely on. The way I had my bag set up, I really didn't like the way it was. You know, a lot of drivers, not enough putters, not enough mid-ranges, that kind of stuff. So I think this is going to be a really good, evenly matched bag. Some overstable, some under, some stable. So with that being said, let's start with putters. For my putting putters, last few years I've been using the EV7 Penrose, and I will continue to use that this year, but I'm also going to throw in a dynamic disc Judge. Now this is coming in 176 grams for the Judge. It is in their classic blend plastic. It's really good. This is a tournament stamp one I picked up over last year, and I love the Judge. I practiced with the Judge. I started with the Judge, so we're going to add it in there for those putts that just need a little bit of finesse. When it's just a straight up putt, I'm going to go with the EV7 Penrose. Now the Penrose is in the OG soft plastic, and it's coming in, I think, at 176. So, you know, it's a really good 2-speed putter. And, of course, the Judge is a really good 2-speed putter as well. The only difference is the Judge actually has a thicker bead than the Penrose. And I don't know, it's just, they feel similar to me. The Judge might have a little bit deeper of the rim, but they both feel good. The Judge I can usually get to do a flex putt, or if I got to do a straddle putt, I can really get it up in the air, and I know it's going to have that nice fade at the end. But as far as my spin putting close range, I'll give it up to the Penrose. Now with that being said, I also have my driving putters. Now out of all the putters, the driving putters are going to be the 3 speeds. It's going to be the stuff that's understable, overstable. But with that, I've got a Lone Star Disc BB6. Now this is an understable 4-speed, so it's going to match up really well with the Westside Disc Harp. I'm going to be using this one this year. It's in their Glimmer plastic. Pretty sure it's Glimmer, Shimmer, whatever they call it. But yeah, it's a really good, really slick plastic. It's a durable plastic. You know, both of them are, the Harp's going to be a little bit thicker of a disc. It's got a little bit thicker of a rim, but it feels really good, and it's going to have that nice fade that I need, especially when throwing off the tee pad. And the BB6 is an understable that has that nice instability that's going to turn it to the right and then bring it straight to and just leave it right by where I need it to be. So if I need to go to the right, I've got the BB6. If I need to go to the left, it's with the Harp. So mid-ranges, I really don't have a lot. I thought I did, but I guess over the years I don't buy that many. I've got a Harpoon, a Shark, a Fugitive, a Rock 3, a Justice. But these 3, or 4 I should say, are the ones that I'm going to be using this year. First up, we have a Discraft Buzz SS. It's in the Z-Flex plastic. This is a really great plastic for me. It's gummy, it's nice, it feels good in the hand. It's got a deep rim, which I like. I can get this thing up by the basket. I know it's going to hit, and it's not going to go that far after it does hit. Next up is the Alpha Disc Apollo. and they're crystal plastic. Now this is one that I have been testing out lately, and I've been absolutely loving this disc. For a stable mid-range, this is really nice. It has a really good glide too, and I just absolutely have fallen in love with this disc. The next two is a Innova KC Rock. Now this thing is understable for me, and it does a really good job of it. It's coming in at 180 grams max weight. I can get this thing to turn over, and it's really good for me. I like the slick plastic, so it'll skip and everything. This has been a really good disc for me. I really like, again, it's got a deep rim. I like the deep rim. I like the thick rims too. This one, it fits good in the hand. I can get it to do what I need to. Now, the big thing this year is an overstable, something that I can get up to the basket and everything, and that is the Castoplast Cax. After reviewing this, it's been in the bag since. I really like the disc. It's got good flex on it. Feels good in the hand. It's got, like I said, a deep rim, and I really like it. I feel like I can get some things on this. I can get this one to turn over. I can get it to fade out. I can do a lot of stuff with this disc. So I'm glad that it's going to make it inside the bag this year. So next we're going to talk about the Fairway Drivers. Now this is from a speed 6 to a speed 9. I'm trying to throw a little bit more beginner friendly now so I can get my distance. I need to be hitting 300 every tee pad. Every tee I need to be hitting between 250 and 300 consecutively. Or consistency, I should say. Consistently, I should say. So I think these are going to be really good. They've worked for me in the past, and some of them, do really good for me. But first up is a Discraft Zombie. This is coming in a 6-speed. It's coming in at about 170. I can't remember how. It's right in that real sweet spot for these. It's a real stable fairway driver, something I don't have to put a lot of arm speed in, as long as I can do, a standstill. I don't have to get up and do my X step or anything else. This is really a good one for those par 4s when I need my second shot to really get out there. This is a really great disc for that. Next up is a 7-speed, and it is from a Dynamic Disc. It is an Invader in a Lucid Air. Now, this would typically be an overstable fairway driver, but since it's in the air plastic, I can get it to go a little bit and turn over a little bit more, so I can get a really nice flex line out of it. It's a really great disc. I really like it. I've liked the Invader, especially when it came in the Lucid Air. It's just really good for me. I think it's coming in at 155 grams, so it's on that light side. I really like it. It's something that I could throw real easily, and I don't have to put that much power into. Next up is going to be another 7-speed, but this is my overstable, and it is a Latitude 64 XXX. This is coming in their gold line at 174 grams. This thing is an absolute beefy disc for me. I throw it. I know it's going to have that real nice fade at the end. It's got a thick, deep rim that I can grab onto, get my thumb up there, get a good power grip, and I can just flick it, give it a good flick. And this thing, I know where it's going to go each and every time. If it's a dog leg to the left, I know I can get it around and get this towards the basket. It is a great disc for me that normally I didn't even look at it until earlier this year. And then I started throwing it and absolutely love it. That brings me to my understable Speed 7 fairway driver, and that is the Westside Disc Underworld. This is in their tournament burst plastic. I've had this one off and on in the bag for 5 years. I absolutely loved it. It's a very understable disc for me. I can throw it. I can get it to turn over, and then it comes back straight and then lands. Or I can get it to do the big turnover and stay to the right and keep it there. It's a great disc for me. This is one of them I do recommend if you're going to be a beginner and you do want to throw a fairway driver. This is the one I do recommend for them. Well, next up is my only 8-speed. Well, no, I got 2 8-speeds. This is my understable 8-speed, and it is the dynamic disc Witness in the Lucid Air. Now this is already a very understable disc that goes to the right and it doesn't come back. But with the Lucid Air, it's even easier to get it to turn over. It's a great disc if you're looking for a turnover disc, something you could just turn and it will go to the right and not come back. This is a good disc to have, especially the Lucid Air plastic. It really holds up. My other 8 is one that I fell in love since I started throwing it, and it kind of surprised me really good. It is the Cross Lap Disc Vigil, or as I like to call it, the Virgil. Now, this thing really surprised me. I don't know what it is about it, if it's the extra rim on the inside, or it's just the thickness of the rim, or the plastic. The plastic's phenomenal. It's real gummy. It's really good. When it hits, if it hyzers, it's going to hit. It's going to stay about where it is. Or if I want to put some speed on it, it'll anhyzer. This is a stable, turn of -2 and a fade of 2, so it's pretty stable. This is one I know I can get an S line out of throwing it, and it's going to end up in the middle of the fairway. And last but certainly not least is my 9-speed. The only 9-speed that I have in the bag, and that is a dynamic disc Escape. Now, since I started 5 years ago, I've always had an Escape in the bag, and I probably always will. This is a reliable disc that I know I can get out there. It'll turn over just a little bit, and then it has that really nice fade back at the end. This one is in the Fusion Burst plastic, and it is really good. This one I've actually had probably for about 4.5 years, and it's never let me down. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the 4 discs that I have that are distance drivers. Now, can I throw these 400 plus feet? Absolutely not. Can I get them to the basket? Usually. Some of the time. They are mainly for if I'm having a good day, a lot of energy, I need to do my modified X step. I could put the power into it, I could flick it, and it's going to get down the fairway. So starting off is my overstable 10-speed, and that is a DGA Tsunami. This comes in their glow plastic. It's coming in 173 to 174 grams. It's a very overstable distance driver, but for me, it does really good. It's a reliable disc. I've been throwing it for a couple months now, and it's been really, really good. I like the plastic. It's really durable. Hit a few trees with it, skipped it over some rocks and concrete, and it's really held up. It's a really, really good disc. I wish I could find more of the DGA, but it's one of the things you can't hardly find used because people snatch it up as soon as they get it. But yeah, this is my go-to for my overstable. Now, with that being said, the understable goes to the Latitude 64 Sapphire. Now, this is in their Opto line. It is in their easy-to-use lightweight line. It's only coming in at 153 grams. And with that, this makes this my understable. It's already understable, but throwing it, I can get it to go a little bit, turn a little bit more, and then it has that real nice where it comes back and it lands. This is one of the very first discs I actually got a really good birdie on. So it's made it in the bag. It's a really great disc to use if you are a beginner and you're looking for the next step. You can't go wrong with the Sapphire. It's a really great disc. Moving up the thing, I've got my only 11-speed, and this is a Lone Star Disc Curl. Now, Matt gave me this to try and absolutely loved it ever since. It is a great disc. I don't know what it is, but this is my sneaky disc. This has never let me down. I can throw it. It always misses the trees. I can do a really nice hyzer out, or an anhyzer. It'll go around, and it always has that nice fade at the end. This is a really great disc. And of course, it's got the big, thick rim and deep rim that I like. And it's a really great distance driver if I need something to go way out and hyzer back. With that being said, this is the last of them, and this is a 13-speed. Normally, I can't throw a 13-speed. This one, though, I've thrown one when I first started and didn't do very good, maybe 200 feet, if that, because it would always hyzer out. But now I figured out I can throw this at a really wide hyzer and it'll come back. And this is a Discraft Nuke. It's in their Z plastic, and this thing is a beast. 173 to 174 grams. It is my big, wide hyzer disc. If it's an open hole and I got the room, I'm going to throw this thing real wide, and I know that thing's going to come back and it's going to hit the ground. It's going to spike right there, hopefully by the basket. I've gotten this pretty close a couple times for a couple birdies, so I figured, what the heck, I'll stick the nuke in the bag and see where it goes. Alright, so I hope you liked the video. So that is rebuilding the bag. This is what I'm going to be throwing. This is kind of in the bag in a way, but I'm also going to be using the Dynamic Disc Sniper. If I haven't mentioned it before, this is kind of going to be my go-to this year. I'm stepping back. I was throwing the Paratrooper, but when it's full, it likes to tip over too much, especially backwards. This one, I don't have that problem. So this is what I'm going to be throwing out of this year. I've got my towels on it. I've got my chalk bag. Got some trinkets from some fans. And I'm going to have a good time this year. Hopefully this bag will be good. Let me redo a few things. Let me work on my form, work on throws, and be a better disc golfer. I'm not really looking for the big 400 plus feet or even 350 feet. I'm just looking for more birdies and more pars this year, and make it to where I can go out and play better and spread the word of disc golf and everything. So hey, I hope y'all liked the video. As always, this is PoorBoy reminding you to play the sport and grow the sport that is disc golf. Thanks for watching.